Warm greetings to everyone, children. Today we are in 9th standard maths class. Today we are going to start with chapter 1, set language. Now, coming to what is set. In daily life we come across various collection of objects like collection of stamps, collection of books, collection of coins and so on. We do it or not, children? Yes. Now, the mathematical way to represent these collections is called as set. What is a set? A set is a collection of well-defined objects. Now, instead of saying a set is a collection of objects, why do we use the word well-defined over here? I will differentiate now between the terms what is well-defined and what is not well-defined. Yes, children, come on. So, well-defined. Can you give me some examples where we have collection which is well-defined? I can say collection of natural numbers. Yes or no, children? You know what is a natural number? Yes, 1, 2, 3 and so on. All these numbers are natural numbers. Now, so I can write here as collection of natural numbers. What else, children? Any other? Collection of fruits. What all fruits you all know? Apple, orange, mangoes and so on. So, collection of fruits. Now, these are well defined. You know what is a natural number, you know what is a fruit and so on. But whereas when I say not well defined, now if I use the term the collection of all good books in a library. Now, what is the meaning of the word good according to you, children? Might be, it will be a book with marvelous front cover. According to me, a good book is a book which has got good moral in it. According to some others, it might be a book with more number of pages. Like this, the word good means different to different persons, children. So, it is not considered as a set. It is not considered as a set. Can you give me any other example, children? Yes, good. Collection of all tall trees in a city. The collection of all tall trees in a city. What is the meaning of the word tall here, children? According to me, tall means it will be a thing which is up to a height of 2 meters or 3 meters, something like that. But according to some others, it might be a thing which is more than 2 feet or 3 feet, something like that. So, the meaning of the word tall means different to different persons. So, it is not a set. Now, you all must have understood the meaning of the word well defined. Yes or no, children? So, what is a set, children? A set is a collection of well defined objects. A set is a collection of well defined objects. Next, moving on to the notation of a set. So, how do we notate a set? Now, a set is usually represented using capital letters. How do we represent a set? A set is normally represented by using capital letters. That is, you can use the letters A, B, C, X, Y, Z and so on. So the capital letters are used to represent a set. And after using the capital letters, we have to use this curly bracket. We have to use this curly bracket and write the elements inside it. So the ones, what the numbers or alphabets, what all you write inside, children, you call that as elements. What do we call it as? Elements of the set. For example, A is equal to A, E, I, O, U. This is a set. Next, B is equal to 1, 2, 3. This is a set. It is not necessary that we have to use only 3 elements inside or 4 elements inside like that. We can use as many elements as possible depending upon what the set is. So, how do we notate a set, children? A set is normally represented by using capital letters, and it is represented by using curly bracket, and the inside what you write, either numbers or whatever it is, we call those things as elements in a set. We call that as elements in a set. Now, if I have, let me consider this. B is equal to 1, 2, 3. Now, the element 1 is inside B. So, usually we write this as 1, this symbol B. We write 1, we use this symbol, and this symbol is called as belongs to. What is this called as, children? Belongs to. So, 1 belongs to B. What is the next element over here? 2. So, 2 belongs to B. What is the next one? 3. So, 3 belongs to B. Now, if I consider the element 4, is it in B? No, it is not in B. So, how will you represent that? You have to use this symbol. What does this symbol represent? Does not belongs to B. 4 does not belongs to B. So, we use the symbols belongs to and does not belongs to. Belongs to means that particular element is inside the set. Does not belongs to means that particular element is not inside the set. Now, moving on to the representation of a set. First of all, let me say you the collection of natural numbers. I can just like that say collection of natural numbers. It is known that a natural number is a natural number. What are all the various forms I can use for collection of natural numbers, children? Yes, I can say 1, 2, 3, etc. Even that is a natural number. Next, I can say the collection of all x, where x is a natural number. Okay, so I told you 3 ways now. The collection of natural numbers, 1, 2, 3, etc. and the collection of all x, where x is a natural number. So, I have used 3 ways to represent. And these 3 ways, what I use for representation is given a name for it. We will see one by one, children. The first way to represent a set is descriptive form. What is it? Descriptive form. Now, what is descriptive form? In descriptive form, the set is described in words. So, the first example is the collection of natural numbers. The collection of natural numbers. What all we can say, children? The collection of vowels in English alphabet. The collection of vowels in English alphabet. All these are descriptive form. So, how will we do it in descriptive form, children? How will we represent in descriptive form? In descriptive form, the set is described in words. The set is described in words. Now, the second way to represent a set is roster form. In roster form, the set is described by listing the elements. The set is described by listing the elements. That is, you have to list the elements one by one. For example, let me take the same set what I have written over here. The collection of natural numbers. So what are all the natural numbers? Yes, I can use A. Set A is equal to, start with a bracket. What are the natural numbers? 1, very good. 2, 3, 4, etc. It doesn't have an end. It is continuing. So when it is continuing and it doesn't have an end, you have to use 3 dots. You have to use 3 dots. The 3 dots represent that it is continuing. It doesn't have an end. So A is we have to use the letter A or B or C, whatever it is. I have used the word A over here. So set A is equal to 1, 2, 3 and so on. What else? The collection of vowels in English alphabet. This is in descriptive form. How will you do that in roster form, children? You can use the word B. So set B. You can use the alphabet B. So B is equal to, what are the vowels in English alphabet? Yes, A, E, very good, I, O, U. So A, comma, E, comma, I, comma, O, comma, U. So these are the vowels in English alphabet. Now the third way to represent a set is set builder form. What is it? Set builder form. The other name for set builder form is rule form. Now how will you represent in set builder form? In set builder form, the set is described by using a rule. We have to give a particular rule for that. Okay. So now to start with, let me use the same. A is equal to, you have to, as I told you, the third one, what I told you, X, such that, no, you have to use that over here. So you have to use, describe it. You rule it in terms of X. So X, a colon. What does this colon represent? It is such that. What is it? Such that. So X, such that. I am going to use the same. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. What are these children? It is nothing but a natural number. What is this 1, 2, 3, 4 all? Natural number. So you have to say X such that X is a natural number. What is it? X such that X is a natural number. Close the bracket like this. Okay. Now what else? The same thing. Okay. The same A, I do it once again, children, with a different option. That is, even you can write it in this format. So A is equal to, start with the bracket again, X such that, use this. For using the term such that, either you can use a colon over here or even this slash is used. Okay, you can use both the symbols. Both the symbols represents such that. What does it represent? Such that. So X such that. You know, a natural number, how do we always represent a natural number, children? We use the letter N. We use the letter N to represent a natural number. So X such that X belongs to N. What is it? X such that X belongs to N. So for such that, either you can use this symbol or even you can use a slash over here. Now what is the next one? The collection of vowels in English alphabet. How will you write that in set builder form, children? B is equal to, so X such that X is a vowel in English alphabet. If I am given with mathematics. In this word mathematics, there are two M's. Yes or no, children? M-A. There you have a M. And other one also you have an M over there. A also, there are two A's. T also, you have got two T's. Now, when you represent this in roster form, if at all you are asked to write the set of letters in the word mathematics. Now, when you are representing it in roster form, as you all know, you have to write either set A is equal to or B is equal to, whatever it is, you can use that. Terms, that is the letters, should not be repeated. That is, you can't write M, comma, A, comma, T, comma, H, comma, E, comma, again a M. You should not use that. That is, even if it is twice or thrice, how much ever time there is, you have to write it in roster form only once. I'll show you. This is M, comma, A, comma, T, comma, H, comma, E, comma, the next is M. Already you have written a M over here. So you should not write. Again, A we have already written. So you should not write. T we have already written. So please don't write that again. I we have not written. So I, C, S. This is how you have to write it in roster form. That is, particularly when we are writing the words, that is letters. You should not repeat the letters. You have to write it only like this. Clear with that, children? Now, moving on to the exercise, children. The first problem is to say whether it is a set or not a set. That is, we have to check to say whether it is a set or not a set. We have to check whether it is well defined or not well defined, as I taught you earlier. Now, moving on to problem number 4, children. Represent the following sets in roster form. Set A is equal to the set of all even natural numbers less than 20. What are natural numbers, children? You all know it starts with 1. So 1, 2, 3, etc. All these are natural numbers. But we have got a restriction in this problem saying that all even natural numbers, the set of all even, you have to select only even numbers from that, and that too which is less than 20, and that too which is less than 20. Since they have represented using the letter A, use the same. So A is equal to, start with the bracket, less than 20, even natural numbers. So what are even natural numbers less than 20, children? A starts with 2. 2, comma, 4, good, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. How about 20? Should I write? No. Why? Because it is less than 20. They have not used the word less than and equal to. It is just less than. So we have to stop with the previous term. So your answer will be A is equal to 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 and 18. You have to use commas to separate the numbers. Clear with that, children? Moving on to the next problem. What is given here? B is equal to y such that y is equal to 1 by 2n and n belongs to n and n is less than and equal to 5. What is this form called as, children? Good. It is set builder form. They have given a question in set builder form and we are asked to write it in roster form. So to write it in roster form, let us first find the elements. Come on, start. So what is the rule given over here? Y is equal to 1 by 2n. Start with that. Y is equal to 1 by 2n. And how should n be? So here n should be a number which is less than and equal to 5. N should be a number which should be less than as well as equal to 5. So what are the natural numbers which is less than 5, children? Start with 1. So when n is equal to 1, what is y? Y is equal to 1 by 2 into 1. In the place of n, you have to replace it with 1. So 1 by 2 into 1, which is 1 by 2. Next, when n is equal to 2, what is y? 1 by 2 into 2, which is 1 by 4. When n is equal to 3, y is equal to 1 by 2 into 3, which is 1 by 6. Next, when n is equal to 4, y is equal to 1 by 2 into 4, which is 1 by 8. Next, when n is equal to 5, y is equal to 1 by 2 into 5, which is 1 by 10. That's all, or should I proceed, children? Yes. Why I should not proceed? Because there is a restriction over here saying that the value of n should be less than and equal to 5. So we started with the natural number 1 and we ended up with 5. Okay. So what are the answers what we have reached out over here, children? 1 by 2, 1 by 4, 1 by 6, 1 by 8 and 1 by 10. So what is the representation of the letter given over here? B. So you have to write B is equal to, list the elements. What is it? 1 by 2, 1 by 4, 1 by 6, 1 by 8 and 1 by 10. This is how you have to write it in roster form. Clear with that, children? Now moving on to the next problem. What is given here? C is equal to x such that x is a perfect cube and the value of x should lie in between 27 and 216. That is 27 less than x less than 216 means that x should lie in between 27 and 216. Right. What is a perfect cube, children? Can you list me few perfect cube numbers? Good. 1 cube is 1. 1 is a perfect cube number. Next, 2 cube, 8 is a perfect cube number. 2 cube means 2 into 2 into 2. Next, 3 cube, 27. 3 into 3 into 3. You have to choose only perfect cube numbers and those perfect cube numbers should be in between 27 and 216. You know this 27 is nothing but 3 cube. So 3 cube is 27. And what is this 216? It is nothing but 6 cube. It is nothing but 6 cube. So 6 cube is 216. So 3 cube is 27 and 6 cube is 216. You cannot include these two numbers, children. So what are the numbers in between this 3 and 6? It is 4 and 5. So what is 4 cube I told you? 64. What is 5 cube I told you? 125. So your C will include 64 and 125. Your C will include 64 and 125. If it is given less than and equal to, you can include these two numbers also. But they have not given equal to, it is just less than. So you cannot include those two numbers. So your answer will be 64 and 125, children. Moving on to the next problem. What is given here? D is equal to x such that x belongs to z. What does this z represent, children? It is integers. What does this z represent? Integers. What are integers, children? Yes, whole numbers along with the negative values also. That is -4, -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Everything comes under integers. You can ask me only from -4 to +4. No, it's not like that. Here also, the other side also it is never ending. This side also it is never ending. Clear with that, children? So now, what is your question over here? X such that x belongs to z, that is integers, and the value of x should lie in between -5 and 2. -5 is not included because you don't have an equal to sign over here. But 2 should be included because you have an equal to sign over here. So how will you list the elements, children? Come on, start. Yes, anyone? Good. You have to start with, after -5, it is -4. Don't start with -5 because you don't have an equal to sign over here. So -4. What is the number next to -4? -3. Good. -2. -1. 0. 1. Should I include 2? Yes or no? Yes. Why? Because you have an equal to sign over here. So 2 should be included. So what are the elements over here, children? So D is equal to -4, -3, -2, -1, 0, 1 and 2. Good. So now represent the following in set builder form. Next problem. What is given here? B is equal to the set of all cricket players in India who scored double centuries in one-day international. When it is given in sentence format like this, children, your problem becomes much more easier. That is, you have to apply the rule and just whatever is the meaningful sentence over here to build up over here, you can just carry out with that. Let me start. What is given over here? B. So, B is equal to, what is the rule here? X such that. What does this X represent over here, children? It is the cricket players in India who scored double centuries in one-day international. So, X such that X is a cricket player. So, this is how we have to write it in set builder form, children. Moving on to the next problem. What is given here? 1 by 2. Next is 2 by 3. Next is 3 by 4. It is going on. Okay. It is not having an end over here. So, can you see all natural numbers on the numerator? 1. The next is 2. The next is 3. And it continues. Towards the denominator, if you see, whatever is in the numerator, to that they have added a 1. That is 1 plus 1 gives you 2. To the next fraction, 2 plus 1 gives you 3. Next, to the third one, 3 plus 1 gives you 4. So, how will you start this? So, C is equal to, apply the rule here, X such that X is equal to, how is it? N, natural number, N by N plus 1. Is it not, children? So, numerator, it is all the natural numbers. So, use the letter N over there. And towards the denominator, they have added 1 everywhere. So, N by N plus 1, comma. From where you have to choose that N, that also you have to represent there. So, N belongs to N, that is N is a natural number. So, X such that X is equal to N by N plus 1, comma, N belongs to N. Or even you can write it in words also. N is a natural number, like that. Clear with that, children? Moving on to the next problem. P is equal to January, June, July. What are these, children? Good. English months of a year. And that too, all the months starts with the letter J. All the months start with the letter J. So, how will you write that? It is nothing but the set of all English months in a year starting with the letter J. Now, moving on to the next problem, children. What is given over here? R is equal to X such that X belongs to N. What is this N? Natural number. And X should be less than 5. That is, you have to choose a natural number which is less than 5. The set of all natural numbers less than 5. Now, we have completed with exercise 1.1, children. I just want you all to work out all the problems from the book.